It's close to the Strip. It kind of does create a sports district environment. T-Mobile's right there. Allegiant's not
Right.
far south. What is it like maneuvering and walking? Like if you're visiting a hotel, you're at the Strip, do that walk for me and do that walk for me in July or August. Tell me about the location. Is this a good spot, a bad spot, beneficial spot? What is this location, these 49 acres all about?
Great question. Love transportation issues to talk about. And let's dive into this. What's interesting about this particular site in general is that I kind of liked it. I thought that it was within walking distance of the Strip, even though it's going to be very hot.
Right.
And the difference between the Raider Stadium, which is also built on the west side of the interstate,
Right.
is that you have this other road called Hacienda that spans the interstate and that is closed on Raiders Day. And to me, it's great to see the road taken over by fans and pedestrians, and they're walking from Mandalay Bay and the Strip
Right.
over to the football stadium. Now, I was there from day one covering every major event, even non-Raiders games. And it was very hot and toasty in the middle of the summer. And they did have to put up the water stations, and they did have kind of medical crews and the golf carts out there to move some of the people across Hacienda's Bridge over to the Raider Stadium. Now, let's get down into the details of Tropicana. A half mile to the north is Tropicana. And in some ways, the baseball park is kind of similarly located in the sense that it's just on the west side of the interstate. Here's the problem with Tropicana and the timing. The Nevada DOT is doing a massive project right now on the road. In fact, I just did a story last week, and I spoke to the DOT. I said, by the way, has Dave Cavill talked to you about, his little baseball park project? Because you're working on the road that is serving his baseball park.
Right.
And up until then, this was only a week ago, Brody, they have not heard from Dave Cavill. I don't know, maybe in the past week, maybe they have. But just this is kind of a funny story. Just yesterday, the Golden Knights hockey arena is it's off Tropicana as well,
right,
but on the east side of the interstate. So I was driving to the game last night to cover the Golden Knights game versus Edmonton, and the Tropicana overpass is being worked on, and they have the roads down to one lane in each direction that's servicing an arena that's holding 18,000 fans in like a couple hours.
Yikes.
So you're going to have traffic issues. So here's the good and here's the bad. The good is that the DOT is rehabbing and rebuilding Tropicana Avenue from the Strip to the proposed baseball park.
The overpass, yeah.
The overpass.
Yeah.
They're widening the sidewalks. They're going to add sidewalks. That's good news. They're not going to close Tropicana like they close Hacienda for Raiders games, but the good news is that they're improving the pedestrian access from the Strip. Your point about the summer, it's going to be hot. I mean, it's not a big long distance.
Right.
Probably from Las Vegas Boulevard to this particular site. It's probably about a mile. It's probably about a half mile from the Golden Knights arena. So it's accessible.
It's a 20-minute walk, though. I mean, that's significant.
It's doable.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing is that another benefit is that Tropicana will be improved extending west of the ballpark, which is good news for Dave Cavill and the baseball park. So I was kind of joking with the DOT guys. I said, you guys got to invoice the athletics for all these improvements you're doing because you're going to help their baseball park.
Yeah.
But the site, I think, is workable. If you want to call, I mean, you're familiar probably with Denver. They have their Platte Valley corridor,
right,
where they have, Coors Field and the Raiders Stadium and the Pepsi Center. I guess it's Ball Arena now. But it's all along the Platte River Entertainment District corridor, if you will. And you know what? You can have something roughly like that because you'll have the Vegas Golden Knights on the east side of the interstate. You can walk on Tropicana to the baseball park, and then you can take about a half mile, 10, 15-minute walk south, and you would hit the Raiders Stadium, also on the west side of the interstate.